The NBA awards were handed out last night, and your Rookie of the Year for the 2017-2018 season is Ben Simmons from the Philadelphia 76ers. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding this topic. Simmons, who was drafted in 2016 with the number 1 overall pick by Philly, of course, missed the entire 2016-2017 season due to injury. Some believe that since this is technically his second year, that he should not be eligible for winning the award. There are two sides to this argument. One being that although Simmons did not play, he was around the team and he was able to get accustomed to the NBA life, and therefore giving him an advantage as over a true rookie. Many felt that Donovan Mitchell of the Utah Jazz, who was drafted in 2017, should have been the clear winner. Then there are those who feel that a rule is a rule, and it is not Ben Simmons' fault that he was injured and unable to play in the year that he was drafted. If he is deserving of the award in his first playing year, then he should win it. This rule does exist in other leagues as well, such as the NHL and Major League Baseball, where in order to be considered a rookie and eligible for Rookie of the Year, you need to meet the minimum games played requirement, and if not, then you are still eligible in the next year as well. In 2010-2011, Wizards point guard John Wall and Clippers forward Blake Griffin were in a similar situation. Griffin had been drafted in 2009 and missed his entire rookie year due to injury. Wall was drafted in 2010 and put up some spectacular numbers, but at the end of the year, the Rookie of the Year was awarded to Blake Griffin. When asked about this year and what the NBA should do, John Wall as well as NBA legend Charles Barkley both felt that both of Mitchell and Simmons should be co-Rookies of the Year. The NBA took this approach in 1994-95 by naming Grant Hill and Jason Kidd co-Rookies of the Year. This happened again in 1999-2000 when Elton Brand and Steve Francis were both honored. I think that a co-Rookie of the Year scenario is a viable solution in a situation where players are neck and neck. This season, however, I think the clear winner should have been Donovan Mitchell. Simmons had some impressive numbers, no doubt. He posted 15.8 points per game, 8.1 rebounds, and 8.2 assists on 54% shooting from the field. He did not hit one single three-pointer this year, however. Mitchell, who put up 20.5 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, and 3.7 assists on 43.7% shooting from the field and 34% from beyond the arc. You can say that Simmons, statistically, had a more well-rounded year. He's certainly a special talent, and he's very versatile. Not many 6'10 guys can play the point guard position. Simmons, though, is surrounded by great talent in Philly. He was third on his team in scoring average for the season behind Joel Embiid and JJ Redick. The Sixers boast 7 players who average double figures in points per game this season. Mitchell, on the other hand, was the leader of the Utah Jazz, not only in scoring, but he was their go-to option for virtually the entire year, and he carried them into the postseason. Mitchell was their number 1 option, and he led the Jazz to a top seed in the Western Conference. Utah does have some talented players, no doubt, but their roster was depleted for most of the year, with center Rudy Gobert limited to 56 games. Rodney Hood played just 36 games before being shipped off to the Cavaliers. Not to mention in the offseason that they lost their best player Gordon Hayward, who went to the Celtics as a free agent. Ricky Rubio seemingly resurrected his career with the Jazz this season, and he gives a lot of his credit to his backcourt mate Mitchell. You look at the rosters collectively between Utah and Philly, and most people would say that Philly has the more talented team. Simmons and Philly were in the inferior conference, playing most of their games against inferior competition with arguably a better roster. Mitchell and the Jazz were in the West, and he was going up against much stiffer competition, and he was not only holding his own, but putting up some spectacular numbers. Especially off the offensive end of the floor, Mitchell was basically the only option for the Jazz for much of the season. I gotta give the edge on this one to Mitchell, who I think was robbed. What about you? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments section. And if you think someone else might want to chime in, share it with them as well. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for listening.